Noura could see his real face. So Noura could know that all these years her husband was wearing like a mask on his face. And in a certain situation, that mask was taken off. It's the mask of a loving husband. He tried all the time to appear as a loving husband, someone who is caring about her, someone who loves her. This is the mask that he was wearing all these years. And now, when it is a real situation, when it is a critical, a hard situation for both of them, now that mask was taken. And she could see his ugly face. The face of a husband who is selfish, who is ungrateful, who is not appreciating what she did for him. Now, after receiving the second letter, in which Krogstad said that he won't make any kind of scandal to them, now Helmer is trying to put on the mask again, the mask of a loving husband. But in that case, if Noura has been deceived all these years before, for 8 or 9 years, she was deceived by that mask, the mask of a loving husband. Now, after seeing his real face, his real ugly face, she will not be deceived again. Even if he tries to act that he is a loving husband, she will not be deceived again. She is not the same naive wife. She is not the same kind wife to be deceived again. So this means that there will be no scandal after receiving the letter, and that he will be secure in his position. Now, at the same time, his attitudes towards Noura undergoes a complete change. Now, his attitude undergoes a complete change. He tells her that the crisis with which he was faced is over, and that they have now nothing to worry about. He tells her that he forgives her for whatever she had done, and that he will again love her, protect her, and guide her through life, just as he had been doing before. He says that now she is his property in a double sense, because he has given her a new life by having forgiven her. Look, he's telling her that he has forgiven her. Who should forgive the other? Is it he who should forgive her, or she who should forgive him? So he says that now she is his property in a double sense, because he has given her a new life by having forgiven her. He goes on to say that she has now become both, has now become both his wife and his child. In other words, he will love her as his wife, and he will protect her as if she were his child. Of course, Noura will not be deceived by this anymore. Okay, for her, these words are meaningless to her. Helmer's reaction to this second letter from Krogstad shows that Helmer has relapsed into his former self-complacency and has once again assumed the role of the possessor of his wife. Krogstad's second letter has made Helmer forget all those offensive remarks which he had made to Noura only a little while ago as a consequence of the first letter. Now, Noura's discovery of the true character of Hilmer. As we said, that reaction, his attitude, helped her to discover the true character of Hilmer. Hilmer's behavior after going through Krogstad's first and then after going through Krogstad's second letter has revealed to Noura the true character of her husband. It has become clear to her that he is not the kind of self-sacrificing husband that she had thought him to be. It has also become clear to her that the moral principles which he always used to profess were not genuinely held by him. She had discovered the hollowness of his moral principles and the selfishness of his love for her. She has also discovered his egocentric nature. So his egocentric nature, he is a selfish man, egoistic, all the time thinking about himself, and his unappeased self-complacency. As a result of these discoveries, Noura now takes a crucial decision so far as her relationship with Hilmer is concerned. Now, Noura's decision to leave her husband altogether. Okay, now after knowing him quite well, after discovering the character of her husband, she has taken a decision. What's that decision? Is to leave, not to live with him anymore. Even if there are children, Now she does not want to continue her life with him. This is what she has decided. Noura's decision to leave her husband altogether. Someone might say she has taken the wrong decision because she has children and they are not guilty. Her children must not bear what their father did. She has to continue because of her children. Some mothers are unable to take that decision, to leave their husbands because of the children. They prefer to live with their children, even if they are not happy with their husbands, just for the sake of her children. Now, Noura now tells Hilmer that having discovered what he really is, she has made up her mind to leave him altogether. She says that he is not the man she had thought him to be. She says that he has always treated her as his wife, doll wife, just as her father had always treated her as his baby doll. She says that she has always been adopting his opinions and views and conforming to his taste, just as she has, as a girl, been adopting the views and opinions of her father. So all the time, now Noura felt that she was living like a doll, obeying and following the orders of her father, and then moving to her husband and following the same also, following the rules, being obedient, very kind. So at the end, she discovered that she is not doing anything for herself, for her individuality. She was like a doll. She was like a shadow. She was like a follower. She was not doing something for her own personality. But now she is no longer prepared to continue to live in a doll's house. Now, this is enough. This is enough for her. She is not ready to continue what she has been doing all these years as a child in her father's house, and even as a wife in her husband's house. This is enough for her. Now she's fed up. She is not ready to continue that type of life. It's over for her. She has discovered that she is an individual in her own right. She has discovered her own identity.